Malta is an archipelago, a group of small islands located in the Mediterranean Sea. Malta is 58 miles south of Sicily and 180 miles north of Africa. The area of Malta is 316 kilometers squared, or 64 square miles.
Fossils from extinct animals suggest Malta was linked to Sicily, and its first inhabitants were from 5000 BC and were mainly farmers. Megalithic temples built between 3600 and 2500 BC are the oldest surviving freestanding structures in the world. 1,000 years before the building of the pyramids, Maltese were using megalithic.
The Maltese islands are comprised of 5 islands, Malta and Gozo, which are both inhabited. Comino is primarily a summer getaway to enjoy boating, swimming and scuba diving. The other 2 islands are smaller uninhabited islands, Cominetto and Fuflo.
Malta has a Mediterranean subtropical climate, with mild winters and warm to hot summers. Rain occurs mainly in winter, with summer being generally dry. Sunshine hours total around 3,000 per year, one of the highest results in Europe. The average yearly temperature is 22 to 23 degrees Celsius or 72 to 73 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, and 15 degrees Celsius, 59 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Amongst all capitals in the continent of Europe, Valletta, the capital of Malta, has the warmest winters. Malta is one of the few places in Europe which are green all year round. In the entire 6 months, from June to November, the average sea temperature exceeds 21 degrees Celsius or 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
The population of Malta was estimated at 408,000 and is expected to reach 424,028 by 2025. The population's age composition is similar to the age structure prevalent in the EU, with an increasing aging population expected in the future. Malta's population density of 1,282 per square kilometre is by far the highest in the EU and one of the highest in the world. In the 1950s and 60s, a substantial number of Maltese residents emigrated primarily to England, Australia and the United States. Native Maltese people make up the over 95% of the population. They are minorities, the largest of which are British, many of whom retired to Malta.
The national language of Malta is Maltese, but in addition to English is also an official language of the country, and hence the laws of the land are enacted both in Maltese and English. Maltese is originally a Semitic language coming from the now defunct Sicilian Arabic dialect of southern Italy. Maltese has a Semitic base with substantial borrowing from Sicilian, Italian, a little French, and more recently and increasingly English. The alphabet consists of 30 letters based on the Latin alphabet. In Maltese, each letter can only have one sound. The language includes different dialects that can vary greatly from one town to another or from one island to another. In addition to Maltese, 88% of the population speak English, 66% speak Italian, and 17% speak French. This widespread knowledge of second languages makes Malta one of the most multilingual countries in the European Union. Italian was an official language of Malta alongside Maltese until 1934, when English replaced it.
Malta is on the left side, like that in England. All road signs are in English. Renting a car is a good option for visitors who want to get to the farther reaches of the island without depending on buses. There are major international as well as local car hires with daily rates of €20 to €30. International national driving licenses are acceptable. It offers spectacular views from spots that are more easily reached by bike than by a car. What better way to experience the tranquil and serene feeling of the narrow village streets? Cycling through the Maltese narrow countryside lanes between noble walls makes one really and truly feel in sync with nature. The landscape changes with every twist and turn, cycling to the gentle, undulated slopes, often with country views and sea views on both sides of the route. Distances between the towns and villages are very short.
Malta has a culture of its own that has been touched by all the empires that had control of it. Malta has a parish feast every weekend of the year, and in addition to the religious festives and traditions, fireworks play a significant role. In addition to the regular fireworks, the Maltese build special huge fireworks, which are set up on a tall pole. And when they are lit, they spin rapidly whilst changing colours and patterns. This is known as Gigiofogo. The Maltese also have a unique type of small pies called pastizzi. Pastizzi are made of a specific flaky dough made with a lot of lard and come in two varieties, filled with ricotta cheese or peas filling. The recipe for pastizzi is a closely guarded secret, and only pastizzi vendors know how to make them.
These people are very devout Catholics, and in Malta the Catholic Church is an integrated part of the government. St. Paul is believed to have been shipwrecked as he was being taken to Rome for trial. He was in Malta for several months, and during that time he performed miracles and converted the people to Christianity. This story is recounted in the Acts of the Apostles. Virginia Point Shopping Mall and Bay Street Mall in St. Julian's offer boutique shops, designer stores, food courts and other services. Supermarkets such as Pavi, Scott's, Smart offer American-style grocery shopping. However, many small local grocers, butchers, produce and bakeries can still be found in every town and village. Malta has a public health care for its citizens. The main hospital is Mater Dei Hospital in Birkirkara. However, several other private hospitals, such as St. James, offer state-of-the-art medical facilities and treatments.
Archville is an area with plenty of shopping, nightclubs, restaurants, movie theatres and a shopping mall. Most establishments stay open until the early morning hours, and many of the patrons are tourists as well as Maltese people. Malta's Hard Rock Cafe is found here.
Julians is an area that attracts tourists and local residents with its beautiful seafront, hotels, restaurants and entertainment. There also is the Dragonara Palace Casino in this area. Many people stroll along the seafront, stop to have a snack and ice cream, and even let the kids play on the playground.
Similar to St. Julian's, Bajibba is another popular seafront area with much to enjoy. Many restaurants, parks and snack bars can be found on the seafront where you can enjoy the sea breeze and view. Valletta is the capital of Malta and is a city built upon a hill. It is completely surrounded by bastions. The Barakata Fort Garden is near the entrance of the city and offers a view of Valletta's Grand Harbour and the harbours across the bay.
Medina is Malta's oldest city, going back to 1000 BC, and was established by the Phoenicians. It was the capital until it was replaced by Valletta. It is called the Silent City because no cars are allowed to drive in the city except for city residents. The streets are very narrow, so foot traffic is preferred. The main gate to the city was built in 1724.
Soccer is very popular here, as in Europe in general. The new stadium in Ta'ali is part of a new modern sports complex. Water sports such as scuba diving, boating and water polo are also very popular due to the excellent weather for water sports.
Being an island in the Mediterranean, beaches are found throughout Malta. Sandy beaches such as Adira Bay, Chercoa and St. Paul's Bay in the north, and Pretty Bay and St. Thomas Bay in the south are sandy beaches. Rocky swimming areas are also found in Slema.
Popeye's Village is a family fun park where kids and adults can play games, rides, and pretend to be in the make-believe world of the cartoon character Popeye. It was originally built as the movie set for the 1980s Robin Williams movie Popeye.
Malta International Airport is located in Loa and has flights to and from European countries, African nations, and other places. The national airline is Air Malta. However, other airlines such as Ryanair and Vueling also offer affordable travel throughout Europe and beyond. For those who prefer traveling by sea, several ferry lines offer comfortable and convenient ferries to and from Pozzallo in Sicily, Salerno in Italy, and other season operations. Malta also operates a ferry to and from Gozo, Malta's sister island, several times a day every year.
In the area of St. Paul's Bay is a group of rocks known as St. Paul's Islands. It is believed that this was the location of St. Paul's shipwreck in 60 AD, which occurred on his final voyage to Rome. The Apostle Paul was at this time being transported to Rome under arrest to be judged before Caesar, as was his right as a Roman citizen. It is described in the Acts of the Apostles 27 and 28, and archaeological excavation carried out at San Paul proved beyond doubt that his arrival in Malta is a historical fact.
According to the legend, the nearest residential area to the place of the shipwreck was the palace of Publius, the Roman governor, where the shipwreck survivors stayed for 3 days. St. Paul stayed in Malta for 3 months, spreading Christianity to the people of Malta. He performed several miracles, including healing of the father of Publius. Later, Publius was ordained the first bishop of Malta. St. Paul is regarded as the one who brought Christianity to Malta. St. Paul is the patron saint of Malta, and the feast day of St. Paul's shipwreck is February 10th. Tradition has it that one such church was built on the site of the palace of Publius. Many times rebuilt, the site is now occupied by the cathedral church dedicated to St. Paul at Endino. As a Catholic country, Malta has many beautiful, majestic churches which are treasures of architecture, art and decor. The Mosta Dome, which is dedicated to the Assumption of Mary. St. John's Cathedral in Valletta is one of the churches in the capital city. Tapino and Gozo is also dedicated to the Assumption of Mary.
Halsalfin Hypogeum is in Paula and dates back to 3600 BC. It is a UNESCO monument. It is made up of underground tunnels and chambers where the remains of 7,000 bodies and artifacts were found. It was used as burial chambers. It also is the oracle room, which only echoes out baritone voices, which are usually male voices.
Hajar-im and the Nidra temples are on the south coast and date back to 3000 BC. Hajar-im is a circular structure of connected curved chambers that once were covered. Nidra temples consist of 3 temples that are astrologically aligned with the winter and summer solstices. These monuments are in very poor condition. Anton Gardens in Attard is the garden of the governor's palace, where the British governor used to live, and now is the official residence of the Maltese president. It is a large public garden with a variety of trees, flowering plants and shrubs, and is surrounded by a high wall. In the garden there are several large Baroque fountains, an aviary with peacocks and monuments.